Yes, I'm Professor Kumar and you are at Galaxy Tutorials. Today we will be seeing a lesson in English, 10 CBSE English, the book First Flight, chapter number 1, A Letter to God. We will see, first we will understand the chapter and we'll see that answering it becomes very easy. This is there in the study pack, so you need not worry. Okay, we'll begin. Friends, in the lesson, A Letter to God says, he writes about a simple human being, okay, a very simple human being, like how you would say a villager in very local terms, and his efforts to talk to God because he believes that God is responsible for everything. So the blame or complaint or request should be forwarded to God. So this is what he feels. And there is a simple post office, village post office. He is living on a hillside, so he has to go up to the post office, and the people in the post office are also good gentlemen, etc. So this is what the lesson will tell us. The house, the only one in the entire valley. So in the valley, there was only one house, others were in the city side. Sat on the crest of a low hill, so on the top of it was a valley and then there are mountains. From this height, one could see the river. The river was flowing downwards. And the field of ripe corn they grow, a poor man's food and mainly used to feed cattle. And dotted with flowers that always promised a good harvest. Because it was hillside, water was flowing always downward, so crop was always good. And when it flowers, then it will fruit and then the corn will grow. But only thing earth needed now, what was the requirement now, was a downpour of rain, or at least a shower of rain. Okay? Throughout the morning, in that day, Lencho, our hero of the story, who knew his fields intimately, he was always a farmer, he lived in the fields, he understood his fields, intimate, very close, had done nothing. He could do nothing because he was helpless, and he was seeing toward the sky from the northeast where the rain clouds would come from, and it would rain. Now we are really going to get some water, woman. He was talking to his wife, the woman, and he tells us when he looked at that direction, maybe he saw clouds, he says, we will get some rain. The woman who was preparing supper, his wife was preparing supper, replied, yes, God willing. If God wishes, we will get rain. The older boys, his elder sons, were working in the field. Poor person, farmer and his children work in the field. While the smaller ones, those which are very small, they can't do farming or hard work, they were playing near the house until the woman called to them all. She came out and called everybody for supper. Come for dinner. Okay? Now, just as Lencho had predicted, remember, a friend had seen the clouds and said, now it will rain, and her wife also agreed with him, God willing it will rain. Big drops of rain began to fall. In the northeast, the direction from which the wind is blowing, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching towards them. The air was fresh and sweet. Normally when it rains, you get the smell of the earth, good smell. The man went out for no other reason than to have pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. Lencho ran out, like a small boy, you like to run out and play in the rain. He just went because it was hot and sultry, and he went out to get some raindrops on his body. And when he returned, he didn't want to get wet. He came inside and said, these aren't raindrops falling from the sky, they are new coins. He is saying this is not normal rain. These are solid rains, like ice. The big drops are 10 cent pieces. 10 cent is a coin of USA. And little ones are fives. So like 5 paisa or 10 paisa, comparatively when we speak in Indian currency, these coins are that big. The raindrops are like coins. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers draped in a curtain of rain. He felt very happy because that rain was falling all over his crop, okay, which was flowering. But suddenly, a strong wind began to blow, and now came large hailstones, big balls like table tennis or the ball you use for playing cricket. Okay, these truly resemble new silver coins. Now they were solid like coins, not the size but thick also. The boys, exposing them to the rain, the boys were playing in the rain, went to collect these frozen pearls. They look like pearls. Okay. Then Lencho said, "It's getting really bad, man. I hope it passes quickly. Hailstone is not good because it will fall on the crop, it falls with the force, it has got weight and mass, it will destroy the crop. And you can even get hurt by hailstones." He said, "Hope it passes away quickly." It did not pass quickly. For 1 hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, and on the whole valley. Entire area, 1 hour hailstorm. The field was now wide, as if covered with salt, with this solid ice covering everything. It was looking like salt. Not a leaf remained on the tree. These were falling so much that all the leaves were torn from the trees. Okay? The corn was totally destroyed. Corn is very delicate, you see. The flowers, you see the stamens in front and are thread-like and hair-like. They all got damaged. Okay? The flowers were gone from the plant. All the flowers fell off. And Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. He became very sad. When the storm had passed, after 1 hour, when the storm had gone, he stood in the middle of the field. He went to inspect his field and said to his sons, "A plague of locust would have left more than this." You are reading in the news last week, 15 days ago, that a lot of locust tiddies have come into Rajasthan and India, and they're eating up all the crops, etc. So locusts come in swarm and they eat up the crops and they go away to other fields. He said at least they would have left something. Here everything is destroyed. The hail left nothing. There was nothing which you would be able to use. This year we will have no corn, he says, no food. That night was a sorrowful one. He was totally in sorrow. There's no one who can help us. Who can help? Now the crop is destroyed. You can't grow the crop in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Again, it will take a season to grow. We'll all go hungry this year. So this year, because there is no crop, we will be living in hunger. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, in his household, it was a solitary means single, in his house, single house which was in the valley, all were positive. There was a single hope. They said, "We will ask help from God. God will help us." Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. The religion says, all books says, whoever believes in God believes that nobody dies hungry. God even feeds insects inside the stones. So he says, okay, although it's a total loss, we do not know how, but God will feed us. He had belief on God, faith in God. That's what they say. No one dies of hunger. Whole house supported him by saying, yes, of course, nobody dies of hunger. God will take care of everybody. Throughout the night, Lencho was only thinking of one thing, that is his God. And he was told that you can see God in your own conscience. So he was trying to imagine God in his own soul. Lencho was an ox of a man. This is like a phrase, ox of a man. Very hardworking. Worked hard like an ox. Ox, they also use for plowing the field and carrying load. Okay. He used to work like animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. People are illiterate, but he was slightly literate. He could write. Then, following Sunday, at daybreak, that is morning, he began to write. a letter which he would carry to the town, because he was in a top of a hill valley. He had to go to the town, to the post office, and mail it. It was nothing less than a letter to God. What he wrote was addressed to God. He wrote in the letter, God, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 peso. The rupee there is peso. I need 100 rupees in Indian terms in order to sow my field again. I will need to buy the seeds. I will need some fertilizers, and then I will again put the seeds in my field. And to live until the crop comes. It is not going to grow in one day. It will require a season. Till that season, we have to live also. We'll need money to buy. Because the hailstorm. And ... he continued his story. That hailstorm came and destroyed and like that. He wrote on top of the envelope to God. Address to God. Nothing else. No address, nothing. Put the letter inside. Went to the town. He put a stamp and put it in the mailbox. Boxes are there in the post office. You put. One of the employees, post employee, was a postman who and also helped at the post office. The guy used to distribute the envelopes to everybody, letters, and he was, in the spare time he would also have to work in the post office. He went to his boss laughing heartily, laughing till his heart Georges, and showed him the letter to God. See, letter to God has come. We have to deliver a letter to God. Never in his career as a postman, no sane human being, you and I, we do not write letter to God and post it, had known that address. Ask you, where does God stay? I want to give him a letter. Everybody would laugh. Okay? The postmaster, a fat, amiable, friendly fellow, also started laughing. But he understood the thought and immediately became serious and tapping on the letter on his desk commented, what faith! I wish I had that faith of that man. Trust in God so much. Okay? Starting up a correspondence with God. He is not begging from people, you, me, directly asking God for help. How much faith he has in God. So, he did not want to shake up the writer's faith in God. If he just threw the letter away, Lencho would always think God has not replied to his letter, and he will say, God, I will not believe in God. He didn't want that. So he came up with an idea. We will write answer to that letter. So Lencho will feel God has answered his letter. But when he opened it, when he read the complete letter, it was evident no answer to answer it. It required more than goodwill. You just can't write God, yes, my son, I received your letter. I am very happy. I will see what I can do. Not like that. It needed money. He had asked for 100 peso. Okay. So, but he said, now since we have decided to help him and answer from God like that, he contacted all his employees and friends. Okay, for charity, please give me some money, and we will give him the money to the letter writer. Now he could not gather 100 peso. 100 peso is a big sum at that time, okay, and they are poor people. So he was unable to send a little, he could send only a little more than half, so like 50, more than 50, 60 or something. We will see how much. And he took a piece of paper like a letter to write and just read God. Bas, nothing else. So God has replied and there is the money in the envelope. Now, every Sunday as you go to church and all, Lencho came, but he came a bit earlier this time and asked, was there a letter for him? He was going to get a letter. That postman, the guy who delivered letters, okay, handed the letter to him while the postmaster was looking at the situation and feeling very pleased. Thank God we are helping somebody and his faith in God is reposed, it has been kept. Lencho was not surprised on seeing the money because he was confident. I have written to God and God will send the money. Okay? But he counted the money and got angry. God can't make a mistake. How can my God make a mistake? Okay? Nor will he say, no, I will not give you full amount. God does not do like that. God gives us everything, whatever we ask. So Lencho again went to the window of the clerk and said, give me paper and ink. And they always keep tables there where people can sit and write the letter and all and stick the envelope. He was thinking what to write and his brow was wrinkled. That means he was deeply thinking. Okay? Because he wanted to put his ideas good. When he finished, he bought a stamp, he licked it and stuck it to the envelope after putting the letter inside. And with a blow of fist, stuck the letter. Okay? Then he put it in the mailbox. The postmaster went to open it after Lencho had gone. Okay, what has now he written to God? Thank you. Okay? It said, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. I asked you 100. You gave me 70. Send me the remaining. I need it very much. But don't send it through this mail because the post office people are a bunch of crooks. They stole the 30 pesos from my envelope. You see, they have themselves put that 70 pesos, poor guys. But Lencho feels God sent 100 and they took out 30. Okay, and he wrote Lencho. Such a simple man Lencho was. Although you will laugh, this is humbug, all story, but no, it's very well written. It displays the thoughts and emotions of a person. Remember, Lencho is a simple farmer living in a village, not complicated, not crooked and sophisticated like a city man. So, very nicely written in a rural setting, and belief in God has been shown and how we should help each other. That is God's will or wish. God himself can't come down to help us. He helps us through his own people which he has created. This is what the lesson is saying. So after you have understood my lesson, you will go for the questions behind the book which are there in our study pack. I remind you, please register and collect your study pack. As I told you, till 3 study packs, 1, 2 and 3 we had issued, 4 and 5 we are giving this week. Okay, and please study the question answers, grammar, creative writing. We will wait till the government announces 30% portion has been cut. We have got the cut portion. We'll wait a day or two till everybody stabilizes and verifies and nobody objects and nobody goes to court and stops all this. And till then we have to prepare. And English is never wasted. Okay, you cannot say this lesson is not there. The activities behind a lesson, the way we write. Okay, nowadays we write lesser and lesser being digital world. So it will not harm you. It will definitely help you. So please complete it and kindly subscribe to the Galaxy Online Learning channel. Okay, and go through those lessons. My friends, we have already posted 50 lectures on the Galaxy Online Learning channel. Okay, so out of the 50, at least 40 are yours and 10 is state board. And please start studying seriously. Take a notebook, pencil. Just don't watch it's not a movie, you're watching a show. Watch, very nice, slow, entertaining. I myself is explaining. Note down important points. Keep a textbook next to you. Read the textbook first if you like. See where we are in the lecture. Practice everything given on the board. And kindly ask your difficulties. You are free to send these links to your friends so that faster we are booked, easier it is, because those who come late will keep dragging us and keep dragging you also behind. Yes, my friends? So, thank you.